you and your girl break up today, how many days until both of y'all are actually single?
Shit, I'm single tomorrow.
Yeah, this guy is toxic.
There's a caveat to this because I don't want this to get clipped up. People are gonna like get on here and be like, nah, nigga, just shut up and dribble this. Shut up and make sure you hit this parlay.
Make sure you tune in.
Every dude, if you really think about it, put the drip on, put the chains on, put the watches on. At the end of the day, like, who is it really for? It's for the attention of women. So I think, like, as dope as women are, if you get around the wrong ones, they also could ruin everything for you.
Hold on. I know you're not worth $200 million and was splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend.
You talking about should pay for the whole thing?
Absolutely.
Bruh.
Why you just don't send her half for the rest of the year?
Because she need to act right month to month, nigga.
MPJ is here. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Such short notice.
You already know.
You know, sometimes I think people be thinking shit be planned. I gotta tell y'all the backstory real quick. DM my boy, I seen him. You the algorithm now. You get what I'm saying?
That's crazy because I didn't even know that at first.
I'm the algorithm. So when I see some shit competing with me, I'm like, all right, cool. Either I gotta kill this shit or we gotta team up and run this shit up together. Yeah. But nah, man, I love what you're doing. Just, you know, using your voice now and doing whatever you feel. You know, I think that's what life's about. You know, leaning into your gut feeling every day. And you doing just that. You know, everybody's always like, you know, I'm more than just a basketball player. Or it's more than just basketball, but then all they do is play basketball. Yeah. You feel me? Or do some stupid shit. It's like, no, we're not looking for the stupid shit. We just really want to get to know y'all on a personal level and see, you know, what your life is all about. I feel like that's the difference between, you know, everybody's like athletes go broke after 5 years. Mm-hmm. The ones who don't, we get to fall in love with them and their brand outside of basketball. And I feel like over the last couple months, I know you've had your podcast for a while, but over the last couple months, I'm like, oh yeah, he's him. He's here to stay. With or without basketball, he's gonna win that life.
Yep. No, I mean, I started taking it serious, like you said, a couple months ago. I was actually, I was reading a book, right? And the book was talking about, it said in one of the chapters, it said, that thing that you're putting off for the future, spend an hour a day on that thing right now.
Right.
Like everybody got these big dreams and goals that they put off into the future. Right. And it says spend some time doing that right now.
Right.
So my thing was the podcast and the Curious Mike little thing that I had going, right? So
don't say little thing. It's shit is.
And that's really when I took it serious. And then like you said, like when you're in the NBA or you're in a position to where people want to protect their image or people want to, or they have a lot to lose. A lot of people are very hesitant, you know, could be controversial, or people are going to be opinionated about. People are very, you know, worried about maintaining a perfect self-image. You know what I'm saying? Right. But for me, just the things I've been through and the person that I am, I've never been like scared of public opinion and controversy. I feel like we all should be able to speak our minds, have differences of opinion. And so that's really where it came from. From there, I just started rocking. Getting on a little bit more podcasts, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't even know that it was going to go crazy, because to me, I'm just getting on there, I'm just speaking my mind. I'm speaking what me and all my homies speak every day. Like, we have these conversations, you know, so I just feel like I'm talking about things that other people think, you know what I mean? They just aren't willing to say, you feel me?
So when you said, right, like, all of the things you've been through, when I watched you really come onto the scene the last couple months on the media and content shit, I'm like, what is he going through that we don't know? You get what I'm saying? Like, no, seriously. And I don't mean in a negative way. I'm talking about, like, you know, everybody's always like, go to therapy, go to this, go to that. But sometimes if you just express what you're thinking, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it inside of you that made you just say, you know what?
Okay. I feel what you're asking now, because for me, it started when I was younger, right? Basketball was my all, right? I didn't have no other hobbies besides hoop. The first time basketball, it was just that was just what I loved. I was just grinding at it. I became the best player in the world at my age, and I was expected to be #1 draft pick and all these things until I got injured, right? And when I got injured, that was the first time I felt like basketball like betrayed me, right? I ended up having a back injury, had surgery. And that was the first time I'm like, yo, like, I can't rely on basketball, right?
Right.
It happened 2 more times. I ended up having 3 back surgeries over the course of my now 7-year NBA career. And each time I would just thought like a little bit more like, I can't put my whole faith and all my eggs into this basket, even though I love it, right?
Right.
So feeling like I had got betrayed from basketball, that was the first step to me, like kind of realizing I need to think about other things as well. But really what happened was like, I was at the pinnacle of success as a high school player. Like I was famous in high school, #1 player in the world,
Right.
McDonald's All-American MVP, all these things. And nobody had nothing negative to say about me, right? When I had my first back injury at Mizzou, that was my first time where the public I'm just hearing it from everybody. People saying I'm faking my injury, people saying this, people saying that. That was the first time I experienced that.
Right.
Now, where I am today, I feel like I've become immune to the praise or the hate that people can give you because of the injuries and the things that I've been through. I've been at the top and I've been like at the bottom, and I've experienced the love and I've experienced the hate. So that's why I feel like talking and getting, people rocking with it and people not rocking with it, a lot of people that would really, really bother them. It would be hard for them to speak their mind because they're too concerned about, pleasing other people and, not stepping on toes. But for me, because of what I've been through, that's what I'm saying. Like, that doesn't affect me anymore. And so now, like right now, I just feel like, I was in a position where I was traded from Denver to Brooklyn, and I just felt like it was a cool offseason to just take my podcast thing seriously. And that's really what had happened. It just was natural from there, for real.
Right. So, with your back surgeries, you said you felt like the game of basketball betrayed you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like the Denver Nuggets betrayed you when they traded you?
So that's kind of what I was getting into, in the fact that, like, okay, then I get traded from Denver, a place that I kind of grew up in. And then when they traded me, it wasn't that. There was no hard feelings, but it was just the fact, like, man, like, anything can happen in this, right? Yeah. So I need to be, like, aware of that. And plus, because of the injuries and stuff, I don't know how much longer, like, I really want to play. Like, I want to play as long as I can, but people don't understand the things I got to go through on a daily basis just to get out on the court and play with the best athletes in the world. Yeah. After 3 back surgeries, people say the same thing about Ben Simmons. Oh, he doesn't want to hoop. It's mental. Nah, he had 1 or 2 of the injuries I had. I've had 3 of them. So I know it's not that he doesn't want to hoop. It's the fact that those injuries are serious injuries, Right. And for me to, like, stay available and be on the court, it takes a lot. It takes probably five times more effort, 5 times more recovery, all these things than the typical NBA player because of the injuries. So it's just like I just had to start thinking about other things as well. You feel me?
Right. So in your mind, if you could control this shit, how much longer does MPJ want to play in the NBA?
I want to play. Right now I'm at year 7. Really what I started doing, though, is I started, like, earlier this summer. I went to Costa Rica, put my phone up, didn't touch it for 4 days, and spent time thinking about, okay, just the next year. Let's plan the next year. Right. See if I even want to play basketball this next year. Let's go deep and see if what do I want to focus on? What am I really thinking, right? I put my phone up, started doing journaling, started doing reading. First time in my life I did that. Right. And I came to, like, real clarity, and I decided all I'm going to do is take it a year at a time. So I'm committed to basketball and putting my all into it for the next year. And then after that, I'm going to reevaluate. I'm going to take a trip somewhere else, put my phone up for 4 or 5 days, and reevaluate for the next year. So that's kind of how I want to do it moving forward. I don't want to plan too far in the future. I just want to take it a year at a time. You feel me? Yeah, no, I love that. You mentioned how much you put into even staying available and playing and actually getting on the court. Can you walk us through your preparation? Like, what does a day even look like for you to get ready for the game right now? So basically, my injuries were very unique because there was nerve damage, right? The nerves are what send the signal to your muscles to fire. In my situation, my nerve was compressed for a long time. So by the time I finally had some of these surgeries, the nerve had been compressed so long that my muscles stopped working. So to this day, my left leg does not work like my right leg. So I got to wear a brace in the game. And there's a lot of compensation that goes on, because I'm moving different from left leg to right leg. There's a whole lot of, like, it's really technical, but there's a whole lot of compensation. My hips might get thrown off. My feet get to aching because I'm not distributing the weight properly because of the nerve injury. So it's a lot of stuff that might go over people's head with the injury, but I just had to be so on top of everything. I'm talking about beforehand, I used to be able to go out, stay up late, get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, eat whatever I wanted to, and go kill dudes.
Yeah.
Now it's like I got to make sure I'm getting my sleep, got to make sure I'm eating right, hydrating, all these little things that I didn't used to have to worry about. And it gets to a point where it's like, is all this sacrifice worth going out on the court and not even feeling like I'm at my full potential and feeling like I'm at 100%? Because I know like that desire and that passion in me, I know it's still what it was when I was the best player in the world for my age. It's just that my body betrayed me and I got hurt. And so that's a hard thing to deal with, bro. Like when you have all this like hunger and drive to be the best, but then like, you know, so it's a tough thing to deal with.
So in your mind, you don't feel you could now reach your full potential because of your injuries?
Yeah, it just was like I had to readapt my game. I had to like learn how to move different, learn how to do different things on the court. A whole bunch of stuff because of the injuries and because of the nerve issue. And like I lost some of the joy and some of the freedom from playing basketball because beforehand I could just go out there, lose myself in the game, lose myself in the competition and go crazy. And I was killing dudes. Now it's like people always say, why do you not smile on the court? Why do you not look that joyful? Why do you always look? And it's because I'm thinking about so many little things like the other players don't have to think about. Yeah. And so sometimes I'll just be like, bro, I'll be so frustrated that sometimes I wonder, like, is it worth it to keep playing? But like I said, I'm invested and I still want to take this as far as it can go because at the end of the day, like going through that adversity and having to go through adversity every day to even be on the floor is definitely like callous my mind. You know what I mean? I had to grow in different areas.
Right. So with all this being said, do you feel like Denver maybe traded you because they felt like you no longer had that potential? Like, you know, like what's the inner voice in your mind saying, why did they trade me?
Well, no, because they gave me that big contract, that big 5-year contract on the heels of me having 2 back surgeries. So they still believed I could be a good player in this league. But, you know, this past season we lost to Oklahoma City, Game 7 in the playoffs, and I was hurt the whole playoffs. I got hurt Game 1 or Game 2 of the first round, and I wasn't myself at all. And, you know, we end up losing Game 7 to Oklahoma City, and it's really my fault. You know, it's really my fault we lose because if I was able to contribute even 50 to 75% of what I normally can, we would have ended up probably winning that series. Right. So I kind of knew, I kind of had a feeling afterwards, like, there's a good chance I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I remember saying a couple years prior, like, because once you win a championship, from that point on, it's championship or bust. Yeah. So we end up losing the next year to Minnesota in a Game 7. And then we end up running it back with a similar group, lost to Oklahoma City Game 7. And at that point, I knew they were going to move somebody probably. And AG had just got off of an amazing playoff run. Right. You know, CB's young. So I knew it was most likely going to be me. You know, Jamal and Joker have been there for a good amount of years. So I had a good feeling that. But I'm excited to be here in Brooklyn. I'm excited for the opportunity for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited to see you in Brooklyn. Obviously, for me, your whole career, you've been in Denver. Yeah. So, you know, I got some questions. You know, I'm going to continue to stay on that path just a little bit. So you saying in Game 7, you couldn't be yourself, right? So in your mind, it's like you think you could never be yourself again in a Game 7? Like,
no, that was a different injury. So my normal injury has been my back, but in the playoffs this past year, and I've still learned how to be effective with my back injuries. Like I averaged 18 point something last year, and like 7 rebounds, which is cool. Major, as a third option on a championship caliber team, 18 and 7 is cool, right? But I had gotten hurt. My shoulder had gotten hurt. I could barely lift my shoulder in the playoffs. Like I'm talking about, I was playing one arm. Like I had a 3 to 4 month injury in my left shoulder, and I was injecting it every single game just to try to get a little bit of comfort. But I was playing with one arm the entirety of the playoffs. So I ended up playing like, and then, you know, Oklahoma City's defense is very physical, and I can't even bump guys. I can't box out. I can't do nothing. Right. And so I end up feeling like I just let my team down. I probably shouldn't have been on the floor, but I just felt like, you know, I didn't feel like we were deep enough as a team to where I could just sit out and we would still have a chance to win. Yeah. So I put it all out there. It backfired on me a little bit, you know. Got traded after that, but it is what it is. There's no hard feelings, and you know, I only got positive things to say about the organization.
You can't be that hard on yourself though. You know, it's other people on the floor, and I love that you're taking accountability.
I've always been that type of dude because ever since a young dude, like I was always the leader of the team until I got to Denver, and you know they had Jamal and they had Joker. So I always, if we lose, have looked at myself first and been like, man, I feel like we lost because of me. Like I could have played better. I just always been that way, bro.
Right. So now I need you to pop your shit because to me, your confidence is on the moon.
Yeah.
Do you think Denver could win another title without you on the team?
Yeah, they can win another title.
Okay.
I'm not even going like there's no way. Like you got Joker, you got Jamal, they getting better. Cam Johnson, great player. They got Bruce back. They got who else they get? Julian Strawler's a year older, Peyton Watson and Christian Brown. Yeah, they could definitely do it. But I do know like when we play them, like it's gonna be up for sure. Like it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go at them dudes. I know they're gonna go at me. It's gonna be really fun because I want to show them like, yo, I'm in a whole different role now with Brooklyn.
Right.
And so like when my shoulder's healthy and I'm feeling good, like that's gonna be a fun game for sure.
So when I watch y'all play, when I watch the Nuggets play, I feel like Joker is the head coach.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
He's dang near for sure.
Okay. So when you get traded, do you feel like damn Joker ain't fucking with me no more? Be honest, bro.
Me and Joke had a dope relationship, bro. Like I don't think it came from him. I feel like
if he don't want it though, that's not happening.
Yeah, but the thing was, so like me and Joker got an amazing relationship. Basically what happened was after we lost, they fired, the head coach was gone.
Yeah.
They fired him two or three games before the playoffs. They fired the GM, so a new GM comes in, and I think he just wanted to switch stuff up, and then that deal came up with Cam. But Joker is so laid back, I really don't feel like the owner and the GM really had many conversations. I feel like Joker's just like, hey, it's y'all's. Like Joker is so humble, like he works really hard, but he's not the type of guy to try to step on people's toes and like be super controlling, even though he probably could and has that power.
Yeah.
He don't really do that. So I think it was more the new GM coming in with the owner, and they kind of sat down, and then they just wanted to go in a different direction for it, I think.
So Joker's really who we see him to be. Like he just shows up to do his job and leave.
He really is that dude. I'm saying though, like a lot of people got this misconception that he like cares about. Obviously, he cares about horses a lot, but people will get this misconception that he doesn't care about basketball,
right?
Because of how he reacted when we won the finals. He was just like, "I just want to go home, brother," or like just the way he carries himself. But Joker is one of the most dedicated, like hardworking dudes I've ever been around. You see, like you hear the stories about LeBron,
right?
How he takes care of his body and what he does. Yeah. Joker's the same way. Like I'm talking about, he's one of the last ones to leave after every game, because after the game he goes up and does a lift. After playing 40-some minutes and having the usage he does, he goes right up to the weight room, does a lift, which only like there were 3 or 4 of us that did.
Right.
Every single day on the off days he's in there taking care of his body. He's really a special person with a special work ethic that a lot of people wouldn't understand unless you're around Joker. But like you don't get that good and that consistent without having those habits. Like Joker, Giannis, Bron, KD, like them dudes are like consistency is where it's at. They all got that.
No, I love that. You mentioned that 3 games left, they fired the head coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah.
Why did he get fired? Like, keeping it real.
Mike Malone, like me and him had a love-hate relationship, and he would say this if somebody asked him on a podcast, he would say the same thing. Like me and him, my early years, we got into it a couple times, and he was really hard on me, and he made me earn my place on that team. So he was like a real old school coach. He wasn't like a players coach where he's like really trying to be on the players' good sides and really be cool with the players. He was like an old school coach where he was going to be really hard on you. And I think that the way that the NBA just kind of started trending with all the player coaches, like with the Chauncey Billups and the Steve Nashes and I think that guys kind of saw how players' relationships with other coaches were. And so I don't really know what it was specifically that got him fired. I know that I have a lot of respect for the fact that he gave me an opportunity, but at the end of the day, they decided it was crazy because it was 3 games for the playoffs, and we had a chance to win a championship. So I don't know.
Nobody's seen it coming. It was a surprise to everybody.
It was a surprise to everybody. There was turmoil. Like I'm not gonna lie, there was turmoil within the team, kind of leading up to it. The energy wasn't really right day to day. We weren't really excited to go into the gym. We weren't really excited to go into practice.
Was that a coaching thing though? Did he like
it was
lose
just
the locker
a whole culture type of thing. I think like we just needed some new energy, and I think that's probably why they went some different directions even in the offseason with a couple players. Well, really, it might have just been me.
Yeah,
but
it was also, rumors about Russell Westbrook and the team not fucking with him.
Russ.
Can we build on that, bro? Because I feel like when a rumor comes out in the NBA, it's like it's truth to it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like shit barely comes out that's not true. What was it about Russ where they, you think they didn't decide to bring him back? Like, how was he as a teammate, as a locker room guy?
Yeah.
If you could keep it real.
I mean, so Russ, like, here's the thing. Like, it would be hard for any player to go from being the MVP of the NBA to then taking on a role where you're coming off the bench, but you still have, like I said, even me, going from being the best player to then having some injuries and have to accept, like, okay, like, I need to figure out a role. That's tough. So for Russ to go from MVP to then be told he's going to play this type of role and to then, go to these different teams and get disrespected by so many people. When he went to LA, he was disrespected crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
When he went to the Clippers, people hated on him crazy. Meanwhile, he's been the MVP of the NBA. So I feel like all those things weighed on Russ. And when he came over with us, like he came in with some great energy. Like he really bought into the system. He was cheering people on. But it's an 82-game season. So obviously there's going to be highs and lows. Any player on the team, not just Russ, we're all kind of like at points and times in the season tripping about minutes and tripping about this and tripping about that. So it was normal things through an 82-game season. But me and Russ had a good relationship. I looked up to Russ in a lot of ways. He was, when I was young, like Oklahoma City was the team I watched, KD and him. So it was dope getting to know Russ, and he's a fierce competitor. Like, again, like you talk about greatness, like Russ to this day, like he's a little older now. Like he can still move and stuff, but he's a little older. But every day he's in the gym getting his shots up, doing his thing. The things that came out were like normal things that happen within an 82-game season in the NBA. I don't know who leaked some of the stuff in the locker room. I don't know if one of the coaches but it was a little strange because like the things that came out, like teammates are gonna like not see eye to eye and they're gonna get into it. It was little stuff though. Yeah,
so it was nothing major to where he's like this terrible locker room guy.
Nah, Russ. Nah, Russ. He's a real positive, dude for sure.
Right. Yeah. No, I love that, man. I love how positive not only you are, but how real you keeping it. Now I want to speak about your championship.
Yeah.
And obviously you're a ladies man. We all know you. We've been watching you. How did it feel when you won that title after everything you've been through, all these surgeries, man?
It felt great. It felt great to because that series, for some reason I was struggling with my shot, but I had a really good game 5 that closed them out at home. And to end on that note and win the first championship that Denver has ever had, it was lit. I can't even put it into words, but it truly is that there's been a couple people that have touched on this that have accomplished a lot of things. It really is fleeting, bro.
Yeah.
You win the championship, it's super lit. We're in the locker room partying.
I want to know I know the team party may have not been lit, but I know your party was a movie.
We partied at AG. so we was in the locker room and that was lit. 4 hours we in the locker room drinking champagne, smoking cigars. That smell of alcohol in the locker room lasted the entire next season. They sent the deep cleaning team, but that smell of that championship time we had, it lasted the whole next season. But then from there, we took it to Aaron Gordon. He built a warehouse, turned it into it's like a lounge club, arcade. AG's super dope. So he had the spot and we all went over there and we turned up pretty much the whole night. But then I think my team did it kind of wrong because after that night, there was 2 days. The next 2 days, there was nothing. Normally you're supposed to party and then the next day go to Vegas for a couple of days. We just won the championship, had this crazy night. Then the next day I woke up in my bed, I'm like, so what am I supposed to do now? You know what I mean? And that's what I was saying before, as lit as it was, you wake up the next day and the next couple of days, it's now what? That's why I tell people, you got to find joy in the process of this stuff. Even you've reached a lot of big things in the world and, your social media presence is crazy and, but a lot of people would be like, man, I want what he has. That would make me happy.
Right.
But then, once you get it, then you want something more. So I be telling people, you got to try to enjoy the process of reaching your goal, because once you reach the goal, that's only gonna last. You only gonna have that good feeling for like 2-3 days.
It's like a high, and then it's over.
100%.
So the rest of the summer, what did you do? What did it look like, man?
Okay, yeah, the rest
like,
of the
how
summer.
much, now gentlemen talk. How much pussy did you get that summer? That has to be up there as your greatest summer ever. It can't be,
bruh.
Nothing could top that summer.
That's why it's so hard to go back to back champions, because of the fact that when you win a chip that summer, you're doing your thing. So all summer, I forget, what did I do that summer? I definitely traveled some, but my thing has always been being around the fam. So yeah, I was lit. I probably was outside a little bit more than normal, doing my thing a little bit more normal, but I really was kicking it with the fam. I got 7 brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
We were doing our thing, and I ain't never been people think I'm this ladies man because I got on the YouTube and talk about women is my vice or this or that. But I ain't never been the type of dude that's out here just going crazy with these girls. I ain't never been that.
Okay. So what would you say is one thing about being in a league nobody talks about, but everyone should know?
I don't know. I would say I would go the direction of, people think that the lifestyle is, and the lifestyle is amazing. People don't understand how lonely it is at the top. When you're an athlete, you got 82 games, you're on the road for all these games. It's pretty lonely, I would say.
Really? I never would have guessed that. I felt like every game, whether you're on the road, is like a movie.
But you're always in a hotel room. A few guys travel a little entourage, but for the most part, you land in the city. It's 4 or 5. It's probably 3, 4 p.m. Got the whole night by yourself, do nothing. You really get to know yourself. So but it is really lonely. I would say that's the thing that people don't really understand is to be in the NBA, to be a professional athlete, there's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of loneliness. So guys get it in the off season. That's why dudes is doing the thing in the off season, because during the season when you're locked in, you're pretty much by yourself a lot of the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
I would say that's one thing.
You
got any specific rumors or things you be saying that you're wondering if it's true?
Nah, I'm just when you're on the road, you know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of the stuff that you have done, and my thing is man, is MPJ ever gonna get married? You get what I'm saying? Because you're able to see so much, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You're in a different city.
The same way you say you lonely. Think about if you have a wife, how lonely she feels at home.
Yeah.
And how people act with idle time, bro. It's only but so long. Let's say you play 15 years in the league. You think a woman is going to be faithful all 15 of those years while she's lonely at home?
I would used to say yes, because I used to think that it wasn't as bad. I used to think dudes were way worse than females. But as time has gone on and I've seen the things I've seen, or I've been getting to know this girl, next thing I know she's feeling me, but she got a whole dude that I've just seen girls move in a crazy type of way to where, I don't know, if you're married and you're always on the road, and she probably knows most NBA players on the road are doing their thing.
Right.
There's a chance that there's a chance that's a tough pill to swallow. I think that a lot of girls do enjoy the lifestyle, and as long as people always ask, okay, everybody has a stereotype that NBA players cheat, right? So then why are these, wives of these NBA players willing to stay with them? I think a lot of these wives, I feel like a lot of people say in the back of their head, they probably know. Yeah. They probably know that their dude is out here doing this thing, but I kind of think that they might be naive and they love the life so much, and then he's still coming home to her, so she might not be tripping, or she might not even believe that it's true. I don't really know, because there's a crazy stereotype. Everybody thinks every athlete, every rapper cheats, but
do you cheat?
I don't cheat. Okay. Have I?
Yeah. So you
faithful? I'm not gonna sit on here and cap. I did once, in a committed relationship. Yeah. I did once.
Yeah.
But we was going through some stuff, dog. We pretty much were broke up.
Oh man, that's every nigga favorite story.
Nah, it was pretty much over with. Basically, what happened in my situation was you want to know the story?
Yeah, because I was just about to ask you. One, do you believe all women cheat?
Do I believe all women cheat?
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't think
I
so?
believe
because you've been rich a while now. Mm-hmm. Have you been cheated on since you've been rich?
I'll say this. I think if the right dude comes around, even the most faithful women may get tempted. I'll say that. Like, I'm not gonna say all women cheat, but I think if the right dude comes around, if the dude who she had a crush on before that relationship was to come around in the right setting, and he was to spit his little game, like there's a chance she's going. That's why like some girls get upset when their dude doesn't want them outside, right? Yeah. But my thing is like, if a girl is out there drinking, having fun with her friends, she's a little loose, bro. It's a chance, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes don't want to deal with that. So that's why, like, there's that double standard where dudes will be like, man, I can go do my thing, but my girl, she can't really go outside without me, because they know, like, I've been in enough situations to know and, like,
share your truth, man. I feel like you be holding back. Tell us some shit that you've been through that really, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a typical thing. Like, you got the same stories of being outside and seeing a little group of friends of girls that went out and they were having a girls' night. Yeah. And they're getting loose and they're doing their thing. And it's like, half of them probably got boyfriends. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's a good chance that the right dude comes up and talks to them, it's a good chance they're going.
Has that ever happened to you, though? Has any MPJ's girls cheated on them before?
Oh, MPJ's girls? Yeah. Not that I know of. But I've only had three. I've only had three girlfriends.
So out of all three of them girls, none of them did you wrong.
Why would a girl cheat on me, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think a girl has ever cheated on me.
Because you can't be like everybody else. Girls go out and have girls' night, but then your girl's exempt.
That's why I'm only dating like girls that I'm like, this is for sure a good girl. Like before me and her even started, like,
how do you know?
Before me and this girl even started like dating or whatever, she wouldn't let it get to a certain point until some time went on. Like I don't know, if you've been around enough girls, I feel like you kind of get an intuition about if this is a good girl or if this is a thot.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like you've seen too many little thotties and you've seen some good girls, and there's a clear difference on how they move and even what they want to do with their time. You know what I mean?
But I've seen even those girls go wrong through my personal experience.
The good girls?
Like went bad on me.
Really?
Went bad.
So girls you were locked in with.
I got the cloud. We get fly. We got the cars. We on them jets.
No way. So what? Tell me a situation. Tell me. So you got cheated on straight up?
Yeah.
Like a girl you were locked in with, boyfriend?
I wouldn't say she cheated on me because I had other shit going on. So it's not like we was committed.
Yeah.
So I think that's unfair sometimes. A lot of men be like, yo, she cheated on me, but they got 4 other bitches. Yeah. So I can't say that. Yeah. I was actually cheated on, but I did feel betrayed, like, because I was, you know how it is when you got money, like everybody has some fun. Yeah. Everybody might get a bag or a trip or something like that, but I felt like I was invested in this one joint, and she just like.
Did she scar you, bro? Like, did she change?
I'm not scarred. I was just shocked because
I'll say this: if a girl ever did cheat on me and I found out, like that would change my whole. I wouldn't be the same. Yeah. After that, I don't think.
So you good? Because imagine all the players in the league who's showing up injured and heartbroken. You just injured. You ain't got heartbroken. You know what I mean? Like,
I've never been heartbroken. Like, sadly, I've been the one that's always in my situations, like, hurt the girl. You know what I mean? I don't say that, like, I feel bad about it. I be feeling bad because it's like I really might like a girl. I really might rock with a girl. And it's just like, I guess I'm just not in the point to fully lock in with one girl. That's why, like, I think I said on some podcast, I'm finna like try this little celibacy thing, dog. I'm finna
You celibate right now?
Yeah, like I'm really.
How long has it been?
It's been a little minute.
How long?
It's been a little minute.
A week?
You could take that as you want. It's been a little minute.
2 days. All right, it's Fashion Week in New York right now.
I'm gonna say I ain't done nothing.
Oh, for real?
But like the reason for that, I'm gonna tell you the reason for it. I seen my mom and my dad married for 32 years. We're from Missouri, so it's a small. It's a small state, a small area, and like that still exists. So a lot of people that ask these questions, do men always cheat? Do women always cheat? It's people that are living in these big cities that all they see is people cheating on each other. Yeah. But like where I'm from, like a marriage and like a healthy household still existed. So my mom and my dad have been rocking for 32 years, had 7 kids. So for me, that was always the goal, is to like find a good woman, settle down, have some kids, chill out, post-career, and do my thing. So to me, that's the goal, but I feel like because I've been exposed to so much and been around so much and been, like seen so many beautiful women, been around so many beautiful women, like I feel like my vision is like blurry. Like I can't even tell if this girl is like a wifey type or if she's like, and then even if I do take her serious, I'm comparing her to these other girls because like so I feel like I gotta like detox. Like I feel like I gotta detox, and then if I take some time away and I come back, I'll be able to like see a little bit. I'll be able to see a little bit clearly what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Because at this point, I don't even know what I want in a wife. To me, I don't know.
That was gonna be my next question. Like, what is a wife? Like, if you could design the perfect wife for yourself, what would that?
I think it's like it's a balance between like an independent woman, like a strong independent woman, but also a woman who's like traditional in a sense that like wouldn't mind raising kids and being at the crib, but also is just very like, but that's how my mom was. My mom was like the best hooper in Iowa. She still holds scoring records. Like she scored 75 points in a college game one time. She averaged like 40 or 50 in high. So she was like,
go look at the highlights.
Playing overseas, and then, you know, her and my dad linked up. And she ended up, you know, getting married and then had the kid. And at first, she always thought that she wanted to just be like a woman who like always had her thing going. But when she had some kids, then she was like, oh, I want to stay at the crib, be a homeschool mom. She homeschooled all of us. Yeah. So I saw that. So that's why I said like a balance between like an independent like woman, but also a woman that's like kind of traditional, kind of like, you know, I don't want to say the word submissive because that gets a bad like connotation. But like a woman that acts like a woman. Right. You know, I don't want no woman that acts like a dude. You know what I mean? Like
I know what you're talking about.
So I think that's the first thing. I think secondly, like they gotta share some type of similarity in like beliefs and morals and like faith in God, because as soon as you bring kids into the world, like if you're teaching that kid two different things, you know, that's gonna be tough. You know, that's probably gonna end up in divorce. I got a bro who recently got divorced because they thought they were cool. Then they had the kid, and they both are kind of have different thoughts on some of these things, and then they would get mad at each other. You feel me?
God gotta be first, and
so I gotta have a God-fearing woman. Then after that, I think she gotta be chill energy. I don't like these girls that be like too just over the top with their energy. I need a pretty like relaxed girl that I could just chill with, and she's not always trying to do the most. So that's the three things I would say.
No, that's not even bad. But you know, obviously you had a big family. How many brothers and sisters you got?
I got 7 brothers and sisters. All of us homeschooled.
All of y'all homeschooled, and then you know your mom and dad been married 32 years.
Yeah. So
when your brother goes through what he went through, getting banned from the NBA, I know. What is that like in the house? It feels like all of y'all are close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's crazy is Jontay is he's actually out here in New York right now. We actually recorded my podcast.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I gotta meet him, man.
He I don't even know when we'll get the okay to kind of put it out. But he told his story from beginning to end about everything, you know. So that's probably gonna end up being my favorite episode, because that was dang near a therapy session for me and him. You know, like as brothers, as best friends, we kind of went through a lot during that time, and for us to have that conversation, I think the podcast ended up being 3.5 hours, and he's telling the whole. So he's out here, but when all that stuff went down, like it was tough on the family, because like my parents raised us to be good kids. You know, they instilled God into us, and just some of the situations that have happened with my family, it's like that's not a good representation about how my parents were. So it was kind of hard. It was kind of, you know, my dad is in the church. He's an elder at the church, you know, so it was just hard for the family. And then like, it was hard I'm sure it was really hard for Jontay and his, you know, he's married. He got a little boy. I'm sure it was hard for their family as well, but.
So when all of this is happening, like does somebody in the league come to you? Like, did you feel like the NBA started to treat you differently because of what your brother did?
Yeah, people be thinking like, especially like I got on some podcast with my boy Steiny. I don't know if you saw some of those clips. No. And like I was talking about a scenario about gambling or whatever, about like what NBA players, why they may feel tempted to do this or do that. And people thought I was advocating for gambling, but really I was doing the opposite because of how damaging sports betting and gambling can be, because of how my family went through it with that. And so I forgot your question, but like that pretty much is how like ever since as I've talked about it a little bit more and kind of talked about the situation, I feel like people I've gotten comments, people think I do it, you know, I remember the NBA called me and was asking me questions about my situation. I don't even know how to gamble, bro. Yeah. Like I was at some casino event the other night, Michael Rubin's charity event, like, and there was a blackjack tournament. I don't even know how to play blackjack. I don't even know how to place a bet on a parlay on my phone. You know, that's never been my thing. That's why I said in the video, one of the videos that went viral, I was like, nah, like, everybody got their own vice. Mine happens to be these girls over here, but some people's is gambling, some people's is alcohol, some people's is drugs. But that, my thing has never been gambling. But for some reason, ever since that happened, people be thinking that I be selling on the parlays and doing this and that. But nah.
Did you know Jontay had a gambling problem before all of that came out?
I knew he liked to, before any of that came out, I knew he liked to do day trading, which that's pretty much like gambling with stocks a little bit. I knew he liked to day trade because he spoke about that. I knew he liked to gamble and bet on other games because I saw him talking about gambling on football, which that's cool. I got a lot of teammates and people that do that. I knew he liked to bet on football games, and it eventually got even to like into some other sports that he probably didn't know as much about. So I knew he liked to do it, but at that time I just thought he just liked to do it for fun, you know. So
obviously, I'm assuming he's gambling because of financial issues.
That's the thing, though. Like I asked him the same question in our podcast. And a lot of gamblers, like, they don't do it because they're trying to get more money. Like, Jontay had an NBA contract, was getting 6 figures every other week, you know, because we get paid bi-weekly. When he was on his deal, he was getting a good chunk of money every other week.
Right.
He was and so I don't think he was gambling it to make more money because he was financially way more stable than he's ever been. I really think it's the dopamine rush and like the, it's just, he said yesterday, like, it was just so fun to him. He just loved, it was just fun to him. He was like, at that time, like, it was damaging, it was bad for me, but it was just fun.
It was fun.
I don't think, because a lot of rich people, like, I know a lot of people with a lot of bread. I mean, you know, you see Lil Baby talk about gambling. Obviously, you know, James Harden, be with Lil Baby and them, and they, like, there's nothing wrong with gambling. I think people do it for fun. There are people that like bet on our games and stuff that are doing it because they're trying to make a check, which I think that's not what you should do. You should do it for like the enjoyment of doing it. But if you're doing it to try to make money over the long course of time, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be losing.
Yeah, because that was my next thing, right? Obviously, you the breadwinner of the family. You know, if I'm your brother and I wanted to make money, big bro, send over that bag. You know what I'm saying? So like, what is your responsibility now? Like, how do you help your siblings, your family? Are you somebody that they always call for money? What's that pressure like now with one brother being out of the league? You know, do you have to pick up the financial slack for your families?
So my family grew up, like, we didn't have an excess of money. You know, they had 8 kids. There was a point in time where my mom was homeschooling us, so she wasn't making any money, and my dad was working director of basketball operations at Mizzou, and he was making $30,000 a year. To feed 8 kids. So, you know, we didn't have much money. So when I did get to the NBA, the dopest part about being in the position I'm in is to be able to help out my family. Like,
love that.
I make sure my mom and dad are in a position where they don't have to worry about money. They can travel around, see all their kids, and just live their life, because they poured into us so much that, like, I wouldn't be in any type of position without them. So people that like get money and then they kind of forget about their peoples, that's weird to me, because you
talk about it.
You wouldn't be in no type of position to even live a luxurious lifestyle if it wasn't for your mom and your dad. So for me, that was the first thing I remember. I pay them a lot of money every year just to make sure that they can live comfortably. And as far as siblings go, I think all of us kind of grew up with too much competitiveness and too much pride to ask for money. So even when Jontay was in his situation, he was never asking me for money. And I asked him yesterday, like I said, like, why didn't you just come ask me for money, you know, instead of feeling like you were helpless or whatever. And I think it's just like, you know, everybody else outside the family, all my friends, all my homies, they're always asking for some money, but my own family, siblings have never. And I think that's pretty cool. Right. To me, at least, like, that's pretty cool. But all my cousins, all my uncles, all my friends, they be on my line for sure.
So one last question. What are your thoughts on the NBA promoting gambling everywhere but expecting players not to be involved? You even got Braun in the DraftKings commercial. Like, they're going so far with this shit.
Yeah.
Is that, like, part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, hey, like it's so close, bro. That's like your vice being women. And there's just naked
every single
women
day,
everywhere, all day in
every
front
single
of you,
day you're in the
your
strip
arena,
club,
in your house, on your phone. Like, it's nowhere. Like, do you believe the NBA is taking it a little too
That's
far?
a good analogy. It's like saying your vice is women, but then spending every single day in the strip club.
In the strip club.
And expecting not to. So, like, it's the problem to me with where it's all heading to me is the accessibility, because it used to be you had to go to a casino, you had to be in Vegas, you had to do this to place these bets. You had to like, and that was cool. Now it's on the phone. It's on a few clicks of a button and you can ruin your life.
Right.
It's a few clicks of a button and it could like be over for you. Right. And then you're going to chase the money you lost.
Yeah.
And the thing is, humans are already addicted to their phones.
Yeah.
And now you put the sports betting apps on the phone that you're already on all day. To resist that temptation, it's not going to happen. If gambling is your thing, there's no way, if you're on your phone all day and you got the app right here, there's no way you're not going to put $50, $100 on a game, you know? And it's cool if you have the self-control and the awareness to not let it become an addiction. But as soon as it becomes an addiction, that's when you can really like ruin your life. And for me, like I've seen a lot of people ruin their lives over gambling. I think gambling might have the highest suicide rate of any addiction, because people lose it all, their whole well-being. Then they get to stealing from their friends and stealing from people to like fuel their addiction. And I think the only problem with it is like it's promoted everywhere. And now the fact that you can do it on your phone whenever you want, it's like to me, it's the beginning of like an epidemic for real.
Yeah,
like people think it's a good thing right now, but as time goes on and more people lose everything because they can't stop, I think it's going to get worse and worse, bro.
Yeah, me too. But what do you think is the fix in the NBA? Do you believe the NBA needs to create like a gambling addiction hotline? You know, there has to be some sort of
for players
program.
or just for other people?
No, just for the players.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, now it's like Terry Rozier and this and all of these players now allegedly have been involved. It's like, clearly it's going to keep happening. Think about a guy in the G League who gets a call up on a 10-day. He might have just been gambling 5 days ago. Yeah. Like, I think there needs to be created kind of like how there was like a drug program.
Yeah.
There needs to be some sort of like first or second step before they just ban people for gambling when it's on the commercial. I'm watching LeBron in the DraftKings commercial.
Yeah, I mean, everything's about money. So like, even if it's not a good thing for society or a good thing for the NBA or a good thing for players, like, it's good for the people that made it or the people that's making the money off of it. So it's not going nowhere. I think, like you said, there needs to be some type of like accountability or like structure to where if that's something that you're kind of struggling with, then you got to be able to. But the thing is, like, if you're doing that, you're not about to go snitch on yourself and be like, I'm doing this. So
you're not, but if we catch you, it's like, nobody from the league is like, hey, I'm doing drugs. It's like, you got caught, or you might say it the day of. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody tells a week before the test. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there has to be some sort of forgiveness program before it's too late.
I mean, because of the fact that they're promoting it everywhere, and that's what I was talking about before. That's why I don't, like, people thought that I was advocating for players gambling. I'm doing the opposite. I'm like, but I'm just talking about how easy it would be. Like when I talked on that podcast and I gave the scenario, like imagine you got 5 or 10 friends over here, all come from nothing. And they're texting you and they're like, hey, Mike, just, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit on this under. You know what I'm saying? That clip went viral. But my point was the fact that it's too easy to do now. Like there's no, and of course, I just feel like players are going to keep, and I want to word this the right way because I got in trouble for even talking about this because people thought that I was like advocate, but I was just keeping it real on the fact that it's so like common and easy to do that it's, I feel like it's going to keep coming up over the years because like it's just promoted. Everybody gambles now. Everybody sports bets. But me, I'm trying to like speak on the fact of why I don't think it's a good thing to do because I've seen how many lives it can ruin. And people are going to like get on here and be like, nah, nigga, just shut up and dribble. Just shut up and make sure you hit this parlay. Every time I speak on this, people's like, man, just shut up and make sure you hit this parlay. But for me, I've just, not only my own family's lives, but friends' lives, other people, I've just seen it cause a lot of damage. That's why like, it's not going nowhere. But I think speaking on it and bringing awareness to the situation could do a little bit of good. I don't know.
Definitely, for sure. So, you know, your brother was gambling. Women is your vice. Do you believe your vice is a distraction, or you motivated like by women? Because for me, it's like when you're on the court and you see a baddie, you want to go get 30. That's a little bit different than another vice where you losing everything. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, nah.
A
That's
distraction for you, or is that like a motivating factor?
It's both. Because I think every dude, if you really think about it, the reason we work so hard, the reason we try to make money, the reason we put the drip on, put the chains on, put the watches on, at the end of the day, like, who is it really for? It's for the attention of women. Right. So I think, like, using that as a motivator to be able to be around, like, God put beautiful women on the earth for a reason, you know? So that's cool that you want to elevate yourself so that you can be around a certain, you know, type of woman. But at the same time, the thing that motivates you, the thing that brings you up can also tear you down, dog. Like, if you really think about it, there were a lot of great men, even in the Bible, who were brought down by women. And that's why I say, like, you talk about the strongest man in the world, Samson. Yeah. Delilah, seduced him, and she ended up cutting his hair off, and he ended up losing all his strength and died. David with Bathsheba. And I don't know if you're super familiar with the Bible, but it's over and over again that, like, man, like, as dope as women are, if you get around the wrong ones, they also could ruin everything for you. So that's why I say, like, you got to be careful about who you're giving your energy to. You can't just be out here just wilding and not having self-control over yourself and think that everything's just going to work out, because you're going to get around one of these girls and then they're going to think about Shannon Sharp. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he built it for the culture. He built an empire. And then he started rocking with the wrong shorty or whatever. And I don't know the ins and outs of the situation. She may be a victim. I don't know the ins and outs. But I'm just saying the fact that, like, because of a man's vice of women, you can ruin everything you've built for your whole life if you're not careful. And that's kind of what I was speaking on. Like, I just want to have self-control. I want to be able to, like, have self-control over that desire. You feel me? But sometimes it'd be hard, bro, because it's too many baddies, bro. Yeah.
Nah, it seems like you got this shit figured out. You got a lot of money. So the money you've probably spent freely getting to know a woman is probably a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
The money I've spent to what?
The money you spent, just like going out. It could be just a regular night. It might be a lot. So what do you think is the most money you've ever spent on a woman before?
Bruh.
Keep it real.
Before my last girlfriend, I hadn't spent a penny on. Well, I used to have girls pay for me.
While you was in the NBA?
Nah, not when I was in the NBA. But I'm talking about
rich.
I'm talking about when I was in high school. I used to go to Chipotle and I would have her pull out her card. But that was when I was broke. Yeah. Since I've had money, I've only brought, like, girls on trips or, like, gave them experiences. But I never, like, was giving them money or, like, buying them expensive things until my last relationship. I got into a little relationship. Yeah. With a girl who's from a city that I'm not from. And
what city was she from?
That's a little bit of the expectation. And it was cool, like, because at the end of the day, if you love someone, if you care about someone, it's a better feeling to take care of them than it is to, like, I'd rather buy her something, buy her a little bag, or buy her this than buy myself something. That's a good feeling.
How long were you in a relationship for?
I was talking to her for probably like a year and a half.
Okay. Yeah. Give me an estimate. How much money did MPJ spend in that year and a half?
Nothing crazy. I mean, probably like, but then I end up like telling her I'll split her rent with her. You know what I'm saying? I end up buying her something.
Hold on.
Yeah, dog.
I know you're not worth $200 million and was splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend.
You talking about that I should pay for the whole thing?
Absolutely. Hold on. $200 million deal and you were splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah. Because if you around me, I want to know you're here for the right intention.
I'm taking a fucking shot. Like, what are you talking about? The right decision? You worth $200 million. Her rent was probably $3,000, bro.
Okay, but
she killing herself to make half, and then she always with you.
But look,
how is she even making
willing,
that half?
Okay. First of all,
take a shot of your water, just so everybody knows.
Oh
this is water.
Shot of my water, man. Yeah, season coming up. Cheers, my brother.
Crazy.
So
I know you lying.
So check this out.
You cheat, brother.
Check this out. Let me get into this.
Yeah.
it's very hard when you have money, as you know, to tell a woman's intentions, right? So I had never, people call it tricking. I had never spent money on it. I had never bought girl expensive gifts before this last girl. And it was cool to do. Like, I liked making sure she was fly. I liked making sure she had nice things. Right. But I still wanted to know that she was with me for like the right reasons. You know what I mean? Because every dude in this particular person's past had money. So I never wanted to feel like a girl was just with me because of what I have and what I could give her, which, you know, that's not a bad thing. If a woman says that her type needs to have money or she's only going to be attracted to do with money, I'm not saying that's wrong, because at the end of the day, a man is supposed to provide for a woman. Right. But
you was providing half the rent.
No, so watch this. I'm just saying,
she just
my
mindset, half your girlfriend.
My mindset was like, okay, I still want to know she's in this for the right reasons. So she's looking for a new apartment, and she's looking at these different apartments, you know, in her price range or whatever. Right. And I'm not going to live with a girl until I'm married. I feel like if you move in with a girl, you're living with a girl, you're dang near married. So I never wanted to do that. So
you never lived with any of your
Never
girlfriends?
lived with a girl. Nah, I'm not doing that until I'm married. So basically, she's looking around. she's looking around for her apartments, and she came across one, but it was way out of her price range. It was like double what she could afford. So I was like, you know, this is really nice. I want you to be able to stay here. I want to be able to pull up and stay here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you afford? And I'll split it. I'll pay the rest. So I ended up doing that. And I was like, yo, whatever happens. And I want the people's advice on this too, because I'm curious.
Yeah, I am the people.
Basically, bruh, I said, whatever happens in this relationship for the next year, I'm committed to paying this rent.
You're a year by year guy. You committed to the NBA year by year. You committed to your woman
because I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna be together. I don't know if this is my wife. I don't know if it's not. So I'm like, okay, for this next year, I got you. Whatever happens, we could break up. I got you for this next year. I'll split rent with you.
You into it with the wrong mindset though.
I know, but bro, I don't know. I just didn't know. So then we end up breaking up 5-6 months into the rent. And basically that's where I'm at now, where I'm like, man, do I keep helping her out? Or is it cooked? Because she's not my girlfriend anymore, but I gave her my word. But at the end of the day, it's like...
How did the relationship end?
Because of me.
Yes.
If it was because of her, but because it was because of me...
What did you do? Accountability moment. Brother to brother, what did you do that fucked this shit up halfway into the year paying her rent?
She probably going to be hearing this too, huh?
Absolutely.
She definitely going to be hearing this.
Share your truth. Why did y'all break up?
Well, first of all, to any girl that I've ever hurt, I apologize.
That's a terrible apology, but we can continue going. This part of the reason he's celibate right now. I want to hear this story, man.
Yeah, but it was because of me, bro. It was the same thing as well, actually, we weren't technically boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. We had broken up a few months prior.
This is all your story. You never boyfriend and girlfriend when you decide that
we wasn't boyfriend. We wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, but I ended up, you know, like, it was because of me. Okay. Whatever y'all want to, like, it was definitely because of me.
Share your truth.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. It was definitely because of me, brother. But
hold on. I got to ask you a question real quick. You keep saying it's when we wasn't really together.
Yeah.
How many days is that to you? If you and your girl break up today, how many days until both of y'all are actually single?
I'm single tomorrow. Hopefully,
this guy is toxic.
hopefully it takes her at least a few weeks to a month. But I'm single tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'm in my head now. Now let me. There's a caveat to this because I don't want this to get clipped up. So if y'all do clip, put this part in there too.
What city was she from? Can you tell us?
Yeah, in a minute. But we ended things completely about, I want to say 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, and I haven't done nothing since. You know, like when I'm talking about that, I'm really detoxing. I'm trying to figure out like myself. I haven't been with no girl since that situation ended.
You think she been with somebody else?
I don't know. Knowing her, probably not, but it ain't no telling, bro.
Are you like a stalking type of guy? Like, do you keep tabs on them? So you ain't check her Instagram, like nothing?
You think like checking the gram is like stalking though?
Absolutely.
Like, for real?
Hell yeah. If you see her following 608 people.
Oh, no.
And then the shit's 613. I'm going to see who's the next 5.
And you're going, but how are you going to see who it is?
Bro, God gonna tell me. When I'm scrolling, my eyes could scan the newest person that a girl's following. What?
Okay, see, I never been that type. Like, I'll go and see if she's posted anything on the gram, on her story, like, see what she's up to.
So you watch it from a fake page?
No, I watch from my real joint. If I'm not blocked, I'm going from my real page.
How you find it when you block?
I got me a little burner, but
that's what I'm saying.
If I
Stop
can,
being too cool.
No. But I will go look at her story and go look at her page from my real page. But if I'm blocked,
that's savage.
If I'm blocked, then I'll just go from a burner. Cause why would I care if she sees that I'm looking at her stuff from my real page? Like, we was just in a relationship. Of course, I'm not gonna act like I don't care. Like,
right.
So if she sees that I saw her story, like, people also will go through their whole story views to see if one person. I don't do none of that. Like, I don't do that for me, and I didn't even know girls did that until recently. Like, they really will know if you look at their story.
So now you gotta tell me what city she's from.
She's from the she's from
somebody bring me a shot, please.
Nah, she from LA.
Oh yeah, so
that's why, like, that materialistic nature, like, I just wanted to make sure she was, you know, we were rocking for the right reasons. Yes. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those girls out there, they'll date a 65-year-old dude.
Oh yeah, they gonna get that shit paid regardless.
Money. Yeah, if he got money, they'll. So I just wanted to make sure it was.
Yeah. So, have you paid your half of the rent? How does that work if you blocked on shit?
No, we were in a little bit of communication. She ended up hitting my phone asking for the bread.
Hell yeah, she gonna keep
which I don't blame her, because she went into that apartment not being able to afford it, and I gave her my word. So
why you just don't send her half for the rest of the year?
Because she need to act right month to month, nigga.
Oh, yeah, dude. I've been waiting for you to wake up this interview. There you go.
Nah, I'm just saying. So like, if I'm paying the remaining months, month to month.
Yeah.
But
I
see she's wilding, and like, bro, it's gonna be hard to continue that agreement. You feel me? That's gonna be tough, because if you're out here wilding, get that next dude to pay that rent.
Okay.
You feel me?
I respect. You move like a real street nigga out here. He said you better act right. You better act right month to month. It's crazy.
Because look, like, because most dudes, if they broke up with the girl, even if they gave them their word, they wouldn't follow through with it. So I feel like
you ain't giving your word though, because it's very circumstantial.
Yeah, it is circumstantial.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think you're keeping your word. It's just like, I'm gonna control you until this agreement is over.
Ain't no control.
What's your sign, brother? What's your birthday?
You believe in the zodiac signs?
Absolutely.
I'm a Cancer, bro.
Okay. Cancer.
They do say we are a little bit like manipulative, but I don't know. I feel like I'm
extremely manipulative.
I feel like I'm a pretty. What you see is what you get. I'm very honest too, though.
You not, because if she don't act right, that rent not gonna get paid.
I'm honest, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about just doing it in one chunk, but then it's like, but then it's just
feel
like
you're giving her too much financial.
That's just because at the end of the day, yes, we ended things because of me. We ended things completely because of me. But there was something that happened a few months prior that wasn't on me.
Like what?
Nothing OD. Just me being private.
I feel like you be protecting yourself too much, bro.
Bruh, I'm already in trouble
like, what does she do?
I'm already in trouble with this person. They all telling me like I gotta be able to speak my mind without saying nothing wild, because for some reason every little thing I say goes on the internet and goes viral.
This is the Respectfully Justin Laboy show. We don't come here and hold back. I didn't ask her name. I didn't ask too much about her. We know she's from LA.
Yeah.
We know you pay half the rent. But what happened a couple months earlier that made you, you know what I'm saying? That your pride and
me being petty. Here's what it was. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
She probably gonna see this and be hot.
But we didn't say a name.
But she gonna see this and be hot. But basically, like,
we shouldn't be
for
watching.
some reason, like, if I'm in a point in a relationship where I kind of want things to end,
right?
It's very hard to sit down and have a conversation and be like, "You're not good enough. You don't bring, like, I don't view you as my wife." To me, that's a very tough conversation.
Right.
So what I'll do, and this is definitely probably not the right way to go about it.
Come distant.
I'll wait until some little thing pops up, a little argument, a little disagreement, and I ain't gonna lie, I'll blow it out of proportion a little bit. So that's really what happened.
But you didn't tell us what the little thing was, brother.
The little thing, it was a disagreement, brother. It was a interpretation of a situation that we viewed a little bit differently. It turned into a little tiff, and then from there,
I'm gonna let you get out of it. I just want to know.
Slide to the next question.
Know because you always protect your feelings. Like I'd be like, "You got your heart broken?" No, I ain't get my heart broken. Yo, what did you? I want to know like what could hurt somebody like your feeling. You seem very emotionally unavailable, bro.
I think I am. I think that's what it is. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I'm very guarded. I do feel like I put out. Like I'm very honest, but I also protect my feelings using like whether that's humor or like laugh or cracking jokes. Like I don't let nobody like really into those like deep. Yeah. Like I'm not really. I haven't let many women into like. I don't think I've let a woman in fully ever. Honestly, I don't think I've never let a woman fully.
But that's a problem, bro.
Yeah. So how you fix it? Toxic addict?
No, that's what I'm saying. Nah. At some point, you got to take the risk.
Yeah, that's why I got it.
It's like anything else, right? If you decide to hurt your own feelings so nobody else can hurt you, it seems like that's what you. Yeah, that's what you're doing.
I feel like I self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage, yeah.
I self-sabotage.
And at some point, you got to stop doing it.
I know. I don't know how, though. I think that's why I said I got to detox away from it. I got to, like...
No, but that's not a detox, bro.
What is it,
That's just, it's you.
I don't know how to fix
I'm just talking, I'm just saying. At some point, you got to take the risk and allow yourself to potentially get hurt. Or maybe you've been hurt before and you're not sharing it.
I don't think that's the case,
because I haven't seen somebody become emotionally unavailable without. Can you become
emotionally available by people close to you betraying you, even if it wasn't a intimate relationship? Because I've had friends, I've had
friends and family too, but that is like I feel like your heart and the person you love versus your friends and family is like two different.
Well, I've just seen people that's supposed to be the closest to you, and you find out. It's not that. Well, it should be that, but you see that they betray you or stab you in the back in some way. And I feel like that, for me, translated over into relationships. Like the fact that this person can know.
What's one thing, bro, that bothers you every day? Like somebody who hurt you, like, what is it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, part of us interviewing, bro, it's like, I want to know, like, what hurts you? You know, clearly it hasn't been a woman. You have amazing married parents. You have a close family. And you're rich. But me, and you're close to God. Mm-hmm. What could hurt you? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying from the outside.
I think I hurt myself, bro.
Okay.
I think like we just talked about with the self-sabotage thing, and like, you know, there's like this saying that some people are like they're not scared of failure. They're scared of like their highest potential, and so sometimes they feel more comfortable stuck in like struggling and stuck in making these poor decisions because that's what they're used to.
Right.
And for me, like, I feel like I do that at times where I know that if I just make the right decisions and I can elevate, but sometimes it'll be like where I'm just not doing the right thing. So I feel like the things that hurt me is normally produced by myself. And that's why I say like I want to take a period of time where I focus on like really becoming like a complete person with nobody else, where I don't need validation from women. I don't need no approval of fans. I don't need, I don't even need my family to be. And you're not supposed to do life alone, but I do want to become self-sufficient and just me and my relationship with God. And that's where I'm getting like filled up every day, because otherwise you're going to be seeking it from other places. So that's where I'm at in my life right now.
Yeah. Nah, I love that, man. What do you think is the craziest rumor you've ever heard about yourself?
There was this girl actually, she went viral because she said like, you probably could pull up the clip, but there was this girl that went viral on a podcast, and she basically said like she got with some dude, and then the dude gave her like pink eye or something, and then he won the championship the next day. And the interview came out like the year we won the championship, and so everybody was guessing who this person was.
Right.
And my name came up like a few times. I didn't even know who the girl was, but I had a teammate who knew who the girl was.
Right.
And the girl apparently lives in Phoenix. And our year that we won the championship, it was us versus Miami. But the year prior, it was Milwaukee versus Phoenix. So I don't know who this rumor was about, but like it's weird that people can just. I just find that weird, bro. Yeah. People can just assume things and then it gains some traction, and then like that's just the label that's put on you. Another one would be like when I didn't take the vaccine. I'm gonna just start listing them off.
Yeah,
These are
no,
all
listen,
things,
man.
these are all things that like have bothered me, but I've never really spoke on. When I decided to not get the vaccine during COVID,
right.
I was like one of a few NBA players that didn't do it. Right, it was like me. I remember Kyrie didn't do it.
Yeah.
We were on the phone a couple times. I remember like a couple other people didn't do it because they made our life hell if you didn't get the vaccine. We had to test like 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
The people that got the vaccine, I think they had to test like once a day. If you didn't get the vaccine, you had to wake up early. You had to test so they tried to pressure us into taking the vaccine.
Right.
And I was able to stand on 10 toes and not take it. Not because I thought they were like poisoning us or conspiracy theories. I just have never, I was homeschooled, so we weren't required as kids to do all these vaccines to go to school. So it just never was my thing. So I decided not to take it because during COVID, the vaccine came out so shortly after. I was like, bro, I want to see how people react to this. Like, what are they putting? What are they putting in our bodies? So it was as simple as that. But because I didn't take the vaccine, people started labeling me like an anti-vaxxer or a mega Trump type of dude. I'm like, bro, how are all these things put together just because I want to put this in my body? You know what I mean? I remember another one was the George Floyd situation.
Yeah.
And basically, when that happened, when that video came out, I remember that was back when I had Twitter. I tweeted like three tweets in a row. I was like, man, like that's evil. Like they just killed dude. Then the next tweet was like, my heart is broken for him and his family. Da 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 da. Then the third tweet was like, as much as you pray for George Floyd and his family, also pray that God would change the hearts of the police officers that could do that to him, because we can pray for George Floyd's family all we want, but this stuff is going to keep happening until people's hearts and minds are transformed and changed. So pray that God would change the hearts of these police officers so they stop doing this to black people. Right. You know what I mean? And people took that tweet by itself and basically were saying that I was praying for the police officers that they would like have comfort or something. And people took what I said completely out of context. They were saying that I was like against my own people or this or that. And I was just like, bro, how? All I'm saying is pray that God changes the hearts of these people that are willing to do this type of evilness to people with a different skin tone than them. And people took that and like ran with it. Right. That was the first time that I really realized, and that's really why I started my podcast.
That's what that was my next question.
That was really why, because I had gotten things taken, because I've always been a dude that speaks my mind. So
but we never seen it. Though,
exactly.
Publicly.
But like on Twitter, like little snippets, like little things, I would like speak my mind. People would take it out of context. People would. So that's why I created the podcast, so that I could like, in long format content, I could speak about a subject or be curious about a subject or talk openly, and people can just go watch the whole thing. But nowadays it's tough too, because they're just clipping it up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They just clip it up and they do whatever. Yeah. But that was kind of, those are a few things that over the years have kind of made me just
yeah, because my thoughts, man, to be honest, like I was telling you earlier, is like, man, God bless you with $200 million deal. Amazing athlete, great life. Why start sharing everything you feel now? But it makes sense, because at some point you have to control your own narrative. You got to control your own narrative. Legacy got to be built. You're going to have kids in the future. Bro, people going to do whatever they want to do. And if you don't step in front of it, they will keep going. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what it is.
Ye, my brother, that's my best friend. I stand with him whether he's right or he's right. I don't like when people say right or wrong. I stand with people whether they're right or they're right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so when I seen a lot of the shit you doing, I understood where you was coming from.
You hit it on the nail on the head when you just say, like, as a well-known person, there's so many people that can just label you as this type of person or create a certain narrative about you until you're willing to like take that into your own hands. And there's a lot of people that want to do it now. I was talking to Trae Young about this, because like he very early on got this label in the league as being like a villain type of player.
Yeah.
And he recently started a podcast about a year or two ago, and I asked him why, because he's not a dude that just loves to talk a whole lot or like whatever. I was like, why did you create your podcast? And he was just like, I was tired of people creating a narrative about me that wasn't even true or that wasn't. And I think that that's maybe a reason why I did it, because people were just coming up, because I'm different and because I grew up different and because I think different and because I'm not with all this like 2025, create your own truth and what's true for you is true for you. I'm not with all that. I believe that truth is truth, and we're getting super far away from that. Like we're getting it's getting
too far.
It's getting disguised now. It says in the Bible, like in the end days, right will be viewed as wrong, wrong will be viewed as right. I feel like we're getting in those times where like you can't even tell. Like if you say some real stuff, some real truth, people will attack you on the internet for it. But it's like there's been a few things that I said like that went viral. I'm like, bro, how is that possibly going viral? Because I'm saying just the truth. I'm saying normal things a lot of the time. So I think that's why I want to speak a little bit, because I'm not with all that, bro.
I feel like any problem that brings you closer to God is a blessing.
Yeah.
Like, it just is what it is. Any trouble, any injury, any sick, whatever you're going through in life, whatever brings you closer to God is a blessing. And I feel like at this point, do you feel misunderstood, or do you feel like people are on purpose acting like they don't understand you? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a little gap between that.
It's both. I feel like there's a very like hard cut line in the sand of like people that are truth seekers and people that really can think for themselves and see for themselves, and then people that are like programmed and people that are given all this information, and now at this point you're a robot and you don't even think for yourself. I feel like that the people that actually can digest what I'm saying, and just even if they disagree, can like agree to disagree.
Yeah, in a healthy
that's one
way.
thing. The other side is like, no, if you disagree from me, I hate you. Like you're evil. You're whatever. That's what happened in the Charlie Kirk situation. Like I've gotten to watch a little bit more of his videos now.
Right.
There's a whole lot of stuff I disagree with. I disagree with his delivery on a lot of his points. I disagree with where he stood on a lot of things. But I still don't want to see dude get murked in front of his wife and his children.
Right.
And when I said on Instagram, like, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, like, I don't watch his content, but like, nobody deserves to die like that. It was like, bro, I literally put a clip of this on my thing, but it was just like the response I got was crazy, bro. So I'm just like, I wouldn't wish that type of death on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
Even if we have polar opposite views, I would not want them to die in front of their kids, their wife. But nowadays, it's like if people think different than you now, it's like people hate you and they want to kill you. And I don't know when it got to that point. Like, so I just feel like, man, we gotta that's why people that are willing to speak about some of this sensitive stuff, bro, you gotta just do it, because at the end of the day, everybody's trying to protect their brand and their image and their likeness. But there's real world issues going on, and there's a lot of division. And if people that have some sense left in their mind can get on a microphone and talk about it, then it's important to me.
Nah, these conversations, bro, I believe people are going to watch this shit, and it's going to really change the hearts of a lot of people.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my team been like studying everything that you've said. I probably watched every interview since fucking high school.
Mm-hmm.
And this right here to me is connecting with me. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm, like I said, I'm very emotionally unavailable too. And I also, when I look at people, I study human behavior. So I look at some people, I'm like, man, he's really full of shit. Like, I might leave here late. I'm like, yo, this dude is really speaking his heart and sharing the truth. And I think that's why I've been so successful, because I've been able to gauge what the world feels about certain
so you come
things.
up with all the stuff.
I've been posting memes for 12 years.
And you just think of those on the spots. You must be a real life genius.
No, I'm going through real shit though. People be laughing and joking. It's like, no, this is my real pain. Really? You know what I'm saying? So you laughing at my pain because at some point you have to laugh to keep from crying. Yeah. At some point in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you right now, like you sharing only half of whatever you feeling right here. Mm-hmm. But I feel like for the world, it's really going to help, because there's somebody out there right now, bro, that's really going through some shit. And if somebody with 200 million could risk whatever the world may perceive is going on, like, you could do it too. There's somebody at their job right now that's probably making $8, $9 an hour. And they just want to speak up about one thing, bro, and they're never going to say it.
Well, to me, like, people, you know, to me, that's the definition of selling your soul. When you are willing to trade your values or your morals or what you think about the world in order to make some more money or to be more successful or to be in certain rooms or to not be canceled or to appease these people that don't care about you. To me, that's sacrificing your soul. We're all individual human beings with individual minds. Right. When you give that up, you give up your freedom, bro. You give up your peace. So like, yeah, $200 million is cool. Yeah, being in the NBA is cool. All that's amazing. But I'm willing to whatever comes behind any of this, like, to me, what I talk on is not that crazy. These should be normal, everyday conversations. But to a lot of people, it's crazy. But for me, I'm like, whatever comes behind this, like, there have been people that have called me since I've started talking a little bit and have had an issue with it. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, some people have an issue with
like,
it.
Who is it? Friends, family?
Nah, not
colleagues?
friends and not peers. Like it goes higher than that. Like, people have an issue when people start talking about real stuff. It goes higher than that. So like, people have called me and they've kind of had a problem with it, and they've kind of, you know, talk like yo, like, put the mic down, like put the mic down, like just focus on basketball. Even as an athlete, they try to turn you into a robot. Right. And I ain't never been that type of dude. I feel like we're all individuals and we all have something unique to offer the world. And as soon as you give up your freedom and your voice and your, you know, your own convictions, you're giving up your impact on the world. Like, so for me, yeah, $200 million is cool, but at the end of the day, I could die tomorrow. Yeah. I could die next year. So what did I do with my time? Did I just use all that time to like glorify myself and make my own life good? Or am I using that platform and actually speaking on some stuff, even if I'm right or wrong? Like, I'm open-minded, but that's where I'm at, bro. Right. You know? It's not to get on any platform and like hurt people's feelings or be disrespectful or, you know, there was another quote that came out from the Black Boy Max stream, and he just asked the question like, how many genders do you think there are, right? Yeah. And I answered it. I said, I think there's 2 genders. Right. And that really hurts some people because some people don't believe that. Right. Some people believe that there's unlimited genders, and I don't know what their ideology is. All I know is mine. All I know is I grew up reading the Bible and listening to what God says about a situation over what a human says about a situation. So when I'm saying there's 2 genders, I'm not saying it to disrespect anybody. I'm just saying what I think is the truth because of what I read in the Bible when it says God created a man and a woman. Right. But some people will take that and feel like I'm hurting. Like, some people get really hurt by that. So in my DMs, there were like a lot of people of that community that were just like hurt and feeling some type of way because I said that. And that was never my intention. That's why I told a couple of them, like, man, like, I'm sorry that I apologize for hurting your feelings in any type of way. I would love if you would get on the podcast and share your opinion and share how you view the situation and what hurts you and what you feel about it. And I think that's dope. You know what I mean? Because, and then a lot of them are like, man, I'm sorry for DMing you and coming at you kind of tough. Like, that would be really amazing if I could share kind of what people in my community view this as. So yeah, bro. I mean, some of those conversations are very sensitive and they bother a lot of people. And that's not the goal.
Yeah, so that goes to my next question. I got about 2 more questions for you. Do you ever look back at any of your viral moments and wish you could take any of them back? And I don't even mean it as like you taking it back because you scared of the smoke. I mean like on some shit like you genuinely believe like, yeah, you know what? I misspoke or I was wrong.
Nah. I feel like everything else. Honestly, no. Only thing that I regret is maybe the setting in which I said it, or like the kind of the playful manner of the conversation, because some of these conversations are very sensitive and they're very like, so some people get very offended. I feel like they can be very good conversations if they're done in the right. Like, I feel like this is a very respectful, good conversation when we're speaking on some of this stuff. I feel like some of the settings weren't the right time and place to have those conversations. So I regret that. But everything that I've said thus far is truly what I feel on situations. Like, there's one viral moment when I leaked like Adam Silver's number on accident. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that.
So that was a real thing. You really leaked
that. Might be something I regret because like,
what did he have to say to you?
I didn't mean to do it, but I leaked bro's number, and the president of the United States got Adam Silver's number, and he had to change his number and everything. You know, basically, we were at rookie transition camp in New York somewhere. And like, I was on Snapchat at the time, and like, there was a presentation going on. I was super bored, and I remember taking a Snapchat of the room. I was like, man, I'm ready for lunch or something. But I didn't realize in the screen it had Adam Silver's number, and then like, it ended up getting leaked. They called me into this office. Like, I'm thinking I'm about to get kicked out the league. Damn. They're like, you just leaked Adam Silver's number. Like, basically, I posted on my Snapchat story. And my sister swiped up on it and was like, Mike, delete this. Adam Silver's number's in it. I clicked on the post. It had already had 500 screenshots. So I'm like, oh. So then from there, it was on Twitter. And then like within an hour, it had like a few million views.
Did he give you his new number?
I had to text.
I'm not giving you my new number after you do some shit like that. Do you have Adam Silver's new number?
Yeah, I think I got his number somewhere. But no, we laughed about when we won the championship.
Nah, you don't think you got it?
No, when he presented us the rings. Did he give you
his new number? Yes or no?
You could find his moment probably on here. But like when we won the championship, he was giving us all our rings the next year. Like I whispered in his ear, I was like, man, my fault, dog. I ain't mean to leak your number. Yeah. And he was super cool. Adam Silver's dope. He's a cool dude. But besides that, which was an accident, nothing I've said is like not true to me. I just don't like my delivery sometimes.
Right. Now I love this conversation, how it came across. My last question for you. When your career is over, what do you want people to say about Michael Porter Jr.?
I just want my story to be like a story about like resilience. People don't, hopefully eventually like my story gets like broadcasted in a way that's really tells the ins and outs of it. But I'm the first player in history to do what I'm doing, bro.
Right.
Like I always wanted to be the best player to ever play, but I'm the best player to ever play with my situation. I'm the best player to ever play with 3 back surgeries and still dealing with a drop foot, still wearing a brace in an NBA game that a lot of people wear just to walk after my surgery. After the nerve injury that I've dealt with, people wear that brace just to walk and get out of bed. I'm wearing it and I'm playing against the best athletes in the world. So I don't know if I'll ever be the best player like I had hopes of being one day, but I just hope that like the resilience I've had and the work ethic, like I hope that can inspire people, because not everybody goes through life with no trials. Yes, it would have been cool to never have no injuries and never go through no trials and tribulations, but that's not real life. And there's a lot of people that go through tough things. So if I can be kind of like someone that they look to as like a, man, like keep it pushing, bro. Keep it pushing and realize that your trials and your tribulations, they grow you as a person. Then I feel like I did something with my career. So it ain't about the accolades for me. I just want to inspire people if I can. That's really my goal for real.
No, I love that, man. This shit is a beautiful interview. A couple bonus questions we're just gonna ask randomly in thoughts. You say you don't mess with women who've been with other NBA players. Yeah. Do you feel different after the Brittany Renner interview?
Nah. I even that one, I was very careful about being respectful within the interview because of their situation. I didn't want to be rude, and I didn't want to. Also, Brittany's a very outspoken woman. Like I didn't want to fire her up. You know what I mean? But she's really cool. But I feel like that's preference, bro. I feel like just for me, that'd be hard to deal with. I feel like that's a little bit. That's just preference, and that's okay. Everybody got their own preference.
Yeah. And last one, how has the transition been for you going from Denver to Brooklyn?
It's been smooth. I'm really rocking with my teammates. I'm really rocking with the front office and the coaches and the organization. I'm really excited to be here, and then just off the court, you know, getting to do stuff like this. Pull up on a Tuesday night, pull up on you and do this interview. I mean, we in New York, so opportunities like this are, and I'm gonna try to continue to be consistent during the season with my podcast stuff. But I'm happy to be here, bro. I mean, I've been in Missouri most of my life, and then Denver, which is a city, but it ain't a big city. This is my first time in a big city, so I'm happy to see what it can
accomplish out here, though. Like, if you could, obviously, media, you've been killing that shit.
Yeah.
Any other stuff? Any modeling?
Nah, I ain't no model. Fashion? I ain't no model, dog.
I ain't gonna lie, man. NBA players be having bad drip. You could dress, my nigga.
A little bit. You know, I got the Namia's pants on. Got the
good drip.
Little Louis
jacket hard, good watch.
Good little Tiffany joint on.
Yeah, not little. That shit heavy. Who's your worst dressing teammate ever? Like somebody you like, this drip is just terrible.
Because some people can just pull off the simple sweatsuits and be cool. It used to probably be Joker, but he done got drippy over the past few years.
Joker
now he wears the suits.
Yeah.
He has my same stylist. Shout out Adri.
Yeah.
My worst dressing teammate. Probably like one of them white boys, bro. I'm gonna say like they're my guys too. Hunter Tyson or PJ Hall, they got. Terrible. But they got good white boy drips, so I can't even hate on it. Just I wouldn't put on what they put on.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Porter Jr. He's here. Respectfully to Justin Laboy Show. Let's clap it up in here. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, man. Yes, sir.
Nah, listen, man. I appreciate you for pulling up, showing love. This is probably, to me, my favorite interview ever.
Man, that means a lot, bro.
Nah, for real, I say that because the versatility of this conversation. A lot of people don't believe that I could have this conversation. Yeah, because for me, it always got to be like super toxic. Yeah. Or super fun.
You can. That's
why
I was
gonna take it there. Like I was gonna take it there, but for me, it's like I'm from New York, right? And I'm actually a fan of yours. Like I remember watching your high school shit. Like I never want to be a part of some shit that don't get accepted the right way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not what I wanted to be a part of. But this conversation here is one of them ones where I believe ESPN's gonna pick up. I believe in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even the things that you felt bothered you. Yeah. You articulated yourself extremely well to where no one can misinterpret what you said. I'm proud of the conversation we had, and I look forward to building a friendship. I want to come to the games. I want to kick it. I want to be a part of your circle, whatever y'all going on. When y'all want to come outside, we're going to, situate everything. Even if you need help with the pod and the media, I got some dope guys here that can come on and help you and set everything up for you and, take your shit to another level. Because I feel like your podcast been fire. Even when you're on the road doing it out of hotel rooms, it's crazy because I think when you were interviewing Joker, you were at a Ritz-Carlton. Yeah. And it had to be in Cleveland because I was in the same room and I looked around. I said, this is the same room that they were in. So I don't know if it was in Cleveland.
The Ritz-Carlton in Cleveland.
Was that in Cleveland?
Yeah.
My nigga, that's how you know.
You tapped in. Joker was like, man, let's do the podcast in a boring city. So we was in Cleveland doing that one. Yeah. That's dope. No, I want to say I appreciate it because pulling up here, like, I've got a little bit of heat, like I said, from people just on the things that I've spoke on. Right. And like coming here, this will probably be my last, podcast or interview for the offseason. I really want to lock in and give Brooklyn Nets my full attention. But like I was coming here and I know from watching some of the content and I was just a little worried, but you just because I've been around people that just try to get the moments, they try to get the clicks, and obviously you got all that going for you, so you don't need it. And I feel like this sit down conversation, like for both of us, has been dope. And I just appreciate the fact that you wouldn't try to like bait me into anything that was OD and things like that. Because at the end of the day, a nigga like me is gonna speak his mind. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the fact that
you know what I'm saying. For me, it's always about building relationships. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. If we could build and continue to do some shit together, that's the win for me. I'm probably top 10 most shared in the world. So for me, it's like, fuck, I want somebody that we all look up to, especially playing in my hometown, to catch fire because of me. Like that's not cool. But what they will get to see is the real you, the genuine you, and just comfortable, relaxed. And I think people are gonna really take it and be like, damn, man, Justin not only did a dope interview, but he didn't take it to where we thought he would take it. Yeah. And I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us.
Because I know you was itching.
No, I wasn't, bro. Because when we texted and you sent me the voice note, for me it was like, your team got nothing to worry about. Like this mindset. Like, bro, any issues in New York, you hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not a tough guy. I'm none of that. I'm just a problem solver. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna get to the bottom of shit, but. For you, I want to make sure you good. You know what I'm saying? Your mental health good. You're in a good space. No more podcasts after this. You know what I'm saying? I think this is going to be enough to take you through the season. Obviously, continue to do your shit on the road. But, at the end of the day, you're really blessed to be in the position you in. You in a league to where it's like anybody else. You run a company. You got to pay people. You want people to, protect the brand. Yeah, definitely. And I feel like you had a hell of a off season, like leading up to now. And, I'm thankful that you was able to stop by. Like I said, I wish I could have got you earlier, but God don't make no mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Cap it off. They say I had a little generational summer. I've been seeing those comments, but it's good to cap it off with you. Yeah. I've been seeing your stuff for a long time, so I'm glad the MPJ summer of podcasting or getting on other people's podcasting ends here, bro. So I appreciate you.
Respectfully to Justin Laboy Show, Justin Laboy, MPJ.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. Yes, sir.
By the way, he ain't have one drink, just straight water. But I'm not gonna lie, you might have to have your last drink of the summer with your brother. Off camera though. It don't gotta be on camera.
All right, we can have
but
one
just a
off
shot,
camera,
just
dog.
one shot.
I'm with it.
What's the best city in the NBA that y'all travel to? Who got the baddest bitches? What city got the baddest bitches in the NBA?
Man, I'm going. Honestly, I don't know if it was Fashion Week. I don't know what it was, but so far, New York.
New York, yeah. New York got the most beautiful women. What city you go to, you gotta either fly something in or go to sleep early because the baddies just.
I mean, but it's some cities it's so bad you don't even want to fly nothing in.
What city is that? What's the worst city you could travel to in the NBA?
But I did actually fly some in one city. I'll say Memphis is tough to pull up to, just because you could barely walk outside the hotel feeling comfortable in Memphis because it's just like so you got this, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's tough.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say Memphis. And then I'm from Indianapolis. I used to think it was dope growing up, but nah, bro. Indiana's weak.
All right, y'all. Respectfully to Justin Laboy Show, King of Toxic, MPJ. His summer run is officially over, generational summer. This was like the championship of content summer.
I didn't even see a lot of it. That's the thing. I'm not on TikTok.
It's
I wasn't even
everywhere.
seeing it.
I was watching it like, how the fuck could I reach out to this guy? I shot my shot, bro. I DM'd you, you hit me back. I was like, bet, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy to me because people hit me like, yo, I just see you on TikTok again.
It was like bucket list.